Welcome back to the Ride Laugh Podcast. If you love mountain biking, you are in the right place. Picture your last really fun group ride. You're back at the parking lot. The stoke is high. Everyone's talking about the ride, bikes, tech, nutrition, progression, jumps, drops, berms. That's what we do here every week on the Ride Laugh Podcast. You love bikes. We love bikes. Let's drop in. Seiji, how are you today?
Yo, Danny, we got a good one. We got broken brakes. We got hardtails on hard trails. And I have a question for you.
Oh, okay. I am excited for all of it. I did want to point out, the mustache, we did a whole bunch of bits on the mustache and then it just disappeared and no one ever commented. It's just like, it just faded away. Like it was never here. Like strangers in the night, just passed into the mist. The mustache is gone.
Flew off my face.
No one talks about it. First rule of mustache, don't talk about mustache. I mean, what happened?
I don't know. It just,
what happened?
I just trying new things.
You told me that when you went to mountain bike training, to mountain bike coach camp, congratulations, Coach Sage.
Yeah. Oh, thank you.
That was the weekend the mustache came off. That you weren't sure if you wanted to be Coach Mustache.
I think that might have been the weekend that I took the mustache off. You're absolutely right. Yeah. Well, I figured there'd be like videos and photos, and I didn't want the lasting impression to be.
Yeah. Yeah. You didn't want all those new people meeting you as the mustache guy.
Yeah.
Right. Ultimately, you just didn't have enough confidence in the mustache.
I didn't.
I think that's what it comes down to, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
you gave
it
it a try.
Apart. Yeah.
Yeah. I have an equally silly but maybe important question. We talked about the fist bump versus the handshake versus the high five, how to know when to do that and the confusion that often comes from that.
Yes.
Right. And that continues to be a thing, but I feel like I'm settling into the fist bump and the hug. Just don't go for the high five. But now I've noticed there's nuance in the fist bump.
What?
I always looked at the fist bump as, punching if you're punching straight out, the other person's punching straight out, you're hitting knuckles, right? Yeah. So that's like that fist bump, right?
Yeah.
But I've been noticing a lot of people here are giving this like side fist bump. Now I'm making a really weird.
Whoa, dude.
Making a really weird move. For people on the podcast, I just had a really weird. Imagine the shake weight commercial, and I was just demonstrating. I was just demonstrating the side fist bump, which, rest assured, none of my friends are doing that to me. No one's doing that on the trail.
Hey, Danny.
Nonetheless, have you noticed that like some people are bumping just the side of the fist? They're not coming straight in. It's like any part of the.
What are you referring to the forearm?
Is this ridiculous?
It's ridiculous. Are you referring to the forearm? Are they? Because I've seen the forearm bump. Is that what you're talking about?
No.
It's
like you were going to. No, it's exactly like you were going to like bump forearms.
Yeah.
You're just kind of like hitting with the bottom of your fist. It's much more casual. And a lot of people do it.
Well, I mean, I suppose I don't have a problem with it. I mean, the concept is the concept is the same. It's minimal touching.
I don't have a problem with it either.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, so I meet a lot of, because I'm in Arizona, and the riding, the amount of mountain bikers out here it's just awesome. Like the riding scene out here is awesome, and I'm always meeting new people, and I'm always riding with new people. And I just noticed this other fist bump approach. And every time that someone came at me with the bottom of the fist, I would like try to like get my fist around so that I could punch them,
top.
like I'm like, like, come on, like, what are you giving me this lazy fist bump for? But
oh boy,
it seems to be, it was a brand new thing to me, but I'm noticing that a lot of people seem to prefer that, this casual kind of fist bump. You'll see it now. Let us know, riders, let us know if there is a fist bump etiquette, or is the casual fist bump something that I am just learning? I'm going to get some footage of it. I'll get some footage of
yes, please do.
Reenact it.
Yes, please do.
I have to reenact the casual fist bump. Yes.
Well, I had a question for you, my friend. Yes, I started the pod with a question.
I like that you have a question.
This is an important question. Have you ever run your watch?
Saying my question? Are you saying my question was not important?
I mean, No, it's pretty important. I mean, this is pretty high up there on the mountain bike hierarchy of importance.
That was an honesty test. That was an honesty test, and you failed because that question was not important, and you knew it. You knew it. Come on, man. I mean, you're a coach now. Like, people expect a high level of integrity. Don't bullshit me about this question being important. That was completely unimportant. It probably shouldn't even been on the podcast, but it's fun.
Well, this question might not be that important. I found it to be important. Have you ever run your watch and your bike computer at the same time?
Yes, I do every single ride.
Oh, you do?
And then I take whichever one has higher elevation and I keep that one.
Okay. Well, so I went on a run. As you know, I do some cross training, and running is one of those things. I took my watch and I took my Wahoo, and I held them both. So I had the watch on my wrist. Yes.
Your bike computer.
I'm sorry. Yes. My bike computer. Went out for the run. The watch came back with 650 feet of elevation. The Wahoo had 1,300. What's up, Garmin?
Wow. Is that huge difference?
Huge.
Well, I have a Garmin trail running watch. It's made for, it does everything, but I think it's like primarily for trail running, but you can certainly, it has a mountain bike, tracking feature and cycling, and it has everything. And it's maybe a year and a half old, 2 years old.
Yeah.
And when I ran my Wahoo bike computer with the wheel sensor, that was always the most elevation, of the watch was always like 200 or 300 feet under that for like a 2,500 ride, 2,500 square feet, 2,500 foot climbing day.
Yeah.
That the Wahoo would say 25 and the watch would say like 22, 21, 22.
Yeah. And
somewhere the Garmin, the Wahoo bike computer just started being less all of a sudden. And I don't know what changed. Now the watch is more. And Jeff Windsor got a new Garmin watch, and his watch is always like 200 feet more than mine at the end of the ride. And we're doing the same exact ride.
Huh. This is very curious. Maybe I need a new watch. I don't know. I was quite surprised and depressed.
Do you think that they start lowering how much elevation you get the older the watch is? Like, you know what I mean? They're trying to get you to buy a new watch every year. It gives you less and less elevation. If you buy the new one, it's going to bump you up like 600 feet, like
big watch.
Because that is pretty motivating.
Yeah.
Big watch. They're phasing us out by lowering how much elevation you get.
So dirty. So dirty.
Son of a. Yeah. So dirty. Yeah. But the technology is awesome. The bike computers are awesome. The watches are awesome. Yeah. Like, even if they are not as accurate, it does make you wonder about Strava times and things like that. You know what I mean? Like, how accurate is some of this stuff?
Well, but the mileage was the same. I'll put a picture up because I took a picture of it. Yeah. The mileage on the watch and the Wahoo were the same. So I don't think it's a distance thing. I think it's just, I don't know how this stuff works, but
something's up with that. Right. 600 versus 1,300. What do you think it felt like? Do you have a sense of what it felt like?
It felt like 3,000 feet. My God. I mean, I'm literally going up and down these stairs. Like, it's painful. But what I noticed.
Yeah, I saw that workout.
Yeah. What I noticed was the Garmin, and this even happened when I had the old 520, the old 520 bike computer. Garmin seems to do elevation in clumps. So you'll go up something and nothing will happen. And then all of a sudden, like 10 seconds later, you'll get like a clump of elevation. Whereas the Wahoo, it goes by like 2 feet, 3 feet. Like, you can actually, while you're climbing, you can actually see the elevation increase. And that always made me feel better. Like, I felt like I was getting credit. It wasn't accurate. Like, I felt like I was still missing elevation, but it was more accurate in that sense. I don't know, man.
I know that there's settings in these things on like how often the watch or the bike computer is talking to satellites, how often it's pinging, and and might use there's different satellite functions and features and settings, and which satellite system you're using, if you're like tapping into like the old Soviet system, versus the new US system. And I don't know, do you think Russian satellites give more elevation? I don't know why they would. That's satellite doping, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, listeners, let us know which computer you use or which watch you use, and if there's any insight on how to get these things to be more responsive. Why is an older watch seemingly giving less elevation, it just seems, it is a little bit frustrating. I would like consistency, and feels like if you finish a ride with your friend, like it should be pretty close. I can understand it being within like 50 or 75 feet, 100 feet, right? If you do 2,500 feet or 2,100 feet, like I feel like it, but 600 feet off, or 400 feet off, that's
insane.
That's a lot.
My theory is that on the East Coast, where we have a lot of like punchy, like little 20, 50 foot, like punch climbs, I feel like the Wahoo really tracks that a lot better. Like the Garmin will miss that. If I do like a 20 foot, like little punch climb, Garmin often misses that.
I am curious if anybody has any feedback on that, on what we could do to get consistent altitude elevation on our watches and our computers, or if we need to upgrade. We are reviewing episode 11, season 2, mountain bike coach training nearly broke Sage. Flat pedals, slow speed skills, and sweaty hugs.
Yes.
Everyone, Sage is a mountain bike coach. So rideandlaugh1@gmail if you want his email, which I could just give that out as well, but I'm not sure exactly what it is. And we'll get you lined up for some coaching. I didn't write it down. This isn't Trail Sage coaching podcast, but check out the Trail Sage channel, join his Patreon, and you can get one-on-one coaching from this man who will mindset you to great heights.
Oh, I like that.
Let me tell you, as someone who has ridden with Sage many times, it's an awesome experience, and Sage has a fantastic way of not pushing your limits, but expanding your limits. And you have a great way of getting people to believe in themselves and unlock skills that are already in there. And I'm excited for your coach journey, and I'm excited for anyone that gets to have you as a coach, because I think that you're going to be awesome at it.
Well, I was not prepared for that. That is very sweet of you. Thank you, Danny. And you know what? I got to say, I feel the same way about you, man. I think that's why we connect so well on the trail together. We have that same mindset, and it may seem like because we put out like this podcast and I have a channel and you're often featured on that channel, that we're very positive people all the time, but you and I go through it, man. And when I'm down, you're picking me up, and when you're down, I'm picking you up. And I think that's what makes good mountain bike friends, man. We do it for each other.
Yeah.
A lot of this.
Yeah. Good friends. No. Good friends in general. None of that. Sage is single, but I'm married. I don't need any we're not that good of friends. Again, that joke was for the YouTube audience anyway, but if you're listening on the podcast, you can imagine he was doing the sideways fist bump.
Shake weight.
What that would look like. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the shake weight. Yeah. The shake weight's pretty old reference too. I mean, we really age ourselves, but
I guess it is. Oh boy.
Yeah, but that's an easy thing to Google. Can we put shake weight in the YouTube? Can we put a little clip of the shake weight?
Yeah, let's do that.
Is that trademark?
Master.
Yeah. That's fist bump practice for some people. You know what I mean? Like that's their motion.
Yeah, someone's gonna break your forearm. I've been working out.
We need a shake weight that goes forward and back. Train everybody in proper fist bumping. All right. Well, we talked about you coaching in that episode, and lots of people in their comments. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Plethora of pinatas. Great. Always for a great comment. Congrats, Sage. You ride a lot of stuff and it's great. And he had the idea, what if you take a section and ride it with different bikes, showing what it's like to session one section, but with different bikes.
I love that.
Yes. A lot of work. But it would be cool. Yeah,
it would be a lot of work, but I got to tell you, I love that idea. Thank you, plethora of pinatas. That is a fantastic idea.
Yeah, I thought that was really cool. Maybe it's different rides. You know what I mean? Like, so you're on the full sus and you session a section, and then another day you're on the single speed and you go to the same section and talk about like how your body dynamic changes. Because I actually have a question about this for you. When we've been talking about underbiking, and I've been riding my aggressive hardtail, and we've been riding it. I've been riding it on more and more aggressive trails, and I love the challenge.
Yeah,
AJ and I have been talking about going to Boulder Dash, and there's a couple sections in that trail that are just really, really steep. There's one that's super, super steep and loose that he was talking about, like kind of being worried about. But when you're going down these like really gnarly steep sections and you're not on full suspension, what what changes? Are you still riding the same body position, the same aggressiveness, or does the lack of rear suspension change your mindset on how you're riding some of these like really steep, gnarly sections without rear suspension?
Yeah, no, your body position doesn't change. What changes is how dynamic and active and intentional you have to be. And if you're on flat pedals, by the way, this multiplies by like, 3 or 4 times, because now you have to really focus on keeping that pressure through the pedals, because the technical stuff that you're talking about has a lot of like step downs. Step down is the wrong
jarring.
word, but it's jarring, and the trail demands you being active. And on the full suspension, you get away with a lot of things. That back suspension soaks up a lot of that chatter, especially the big stuff. So when you're on the hardtail, the position doesn't change, but you really have to be more active with your feet, and just because the front suspension, I mean, especially on that Banshee, you got like 180, 170 travel. It's fantastic. So all the active stuff that you need to do is a lot of focus on that back wheel. So keeping that back wheel planted to the ground as much as possible. And I can't wait to hear about your experience, man. I really can't. I mean, this is really awesome.
So what is my mindset? Obviously I want to keep the wheels rolling. And when I'm on the full suspension bike, like I have that trust of like, just let the bike eat, let the bike move underneath me. Am I just letting the bike move underneath me? But even more, am I just like really thinking about keeping my body level while my arms and legs move and absorb? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do. And this actually, now that I think about this is actually really good. It's actually quite a blessing that your full suspension went down, because a lot of the things that you and I had been talking about recently is your position forward, your chin being forward.
Right.
And because all you have on the hardtail is that front suspension, having your chin forward is really going to make that back have more travel, in the sense that your back tire can go up and you're not going to hit your rump with the back tire. And so I wouldn't do any of those things. I would just really focus on getting as far forward as possible, and letting that front suspension do the work, and then opening up that gap. Because the other thing that we had talked about at Sunrise was how low you actually get, and we were talking about Joe and Jeff, and the tire was buzzing your butt a little bit more than they were. So that's on the hardtail, like that might be a really good experiment to really focus in on that.
It definitely amps everything up. So yeah, that is something, being aggressive, getting forward, which really for me, getting forward really just means return to center, because I have that tendency to go back.
Yeah.
And so, so stay aggressive. I think about the exit of Boulder Dash is really long and chunky and fairly steep. And it looks really intimidating. Once you get into it on the full suspension, like it just kind of goes. It goes better than you would think.
Yeah.
I don't know about the hardtail, but that's what you got. I got to stack wins. I got to start feeling good. By the time I'm there, I'm at the egg. I'm done. So how am I feeling? How much am I trusting? Can always walk it.
Yeah, I think you're actually going to surprise yourself. I think you're going to really enjoy it. The nice thing about the hardtail is, if you are really focused on pushing through the pedals, the nice thing is your back tire goes exactly where you want it to go. You're really pushing it where it's supposed to go. And I just think that, I mean, don't get me wrong. The full suspension is awesome, right? And you can really get traction where you might not, on a hardtail, especially with speed. But, and speed. I didn't even think about that. With the hardtail, I think this might encourage you to go faster, because going faster lessens the chunder. Right? The faster you go, the less chundery. It's like a speed bump. If you take a speed bump kind of slow, you really feel it. If you go fast over speed, by the way, don't do that because you'll hit your bottom oil pan or something. But
I totally disagree. You feel the speed bump way more if you go faster.
No, you don't. Yeah, the faster you go, the less chunderous everything is.
A bit. It depends on the size of the speed bump. I mean, I was riding that hardtail down National Trail, and everything felt much more consequential. I felt like I could not go as fast because it's just so chunky. I don't know. I don't know that speed is necessarily my friend on the hardtail. I feel like I can get knocked off a line pretty quickly. I want to maintain control.
Here's a scary.
I need to keep the wheels rolling.
Yeah, here's a scary proposition. When I say speed, I mean speed. Like, I'm not talking like 1 or 2 miles an hour faster. Like you got to gas it up, which is a scary proposition, you know, but that's kind of where you got to get to in order to nullify the chatter. Right. You got to go that much faster.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if I agree with that. I guess I can play with it.
Play with it,
but
absolutely.
These trails that I'm talking about are like super chunky.
Oh yeah.
It's super chunky.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I just don't know that I can go as fast. Let us know, listeners that ride hardtails and that have both Ride Laugh 1. Do you Ride Laugh 1 at Gmail or YouTube comments? Do you agree with Sage that speed through downhill NAR is going to actually be smoother than going a little bit slower and picking your lines?
Let me ask you a question and just be brutally honest. When I broke my IBIS and I was stuck on that single speed for like 2 or 3 months, you often would let me go in front of you on the downhills. Now that's old Geo on a 120 fork.
All right. Yeah. Yeah, you were fast as a mofo, but were we picking single speed hardtail trails that were a little bit friendlier? You know what I mean? Were we not going down the most chunderous?
I don't do that.
Trails.
No, I don't do that. I love tech. Like there's no, I didn't, heck, we did Carla. Like that was the most challenging slab. Now we didn't do 38 special, which is the most, but I would give that a go. I would give that a go.
Oh God.
But you get my point. Like I didn't shy away from any of it. And the more I got comfortable on that single speed, I started opening up more and you let me in front. I would turn to you. I said, Danny, do you want this? You're like, no, take it. So
yeah,
there you go.
Yeah.
That's your proof.
No, you're right. You were amazing on that thing. And I've only ridden my Banshee. It is super hot here in the desert right now. We just got some pretty good heat waves, and I've been riding my trainer, which I'm grateful for right now. It's reverse of what you guys have, where you ride the indoor trainers in the winter, but it's appealing to me, the challenge of riding really technical trails on a less capable bike. It's interesting. It's fun.
Yeah.
Challenging.
Yes. Underbike. Yes.
Yeah. YouTube comments, Ride Laugh 1 at Gmail, underbike, hardtails, any feedback that you have on the technique that is needed for riding a less capable bike on hard technical trails. All right. So our buddy Zan at Sploosh MTB, awesome YouTube channel as well, and great commenter. And Zan said, "Congrats, Sage! It's a huge accomplishment on your coaching." And I was butchering the French riders' names.
That was awesome.
That episode and the following episode. And so Zan wrote, "Oh man, what other foreign countries can we expose Dan to? This segment is too funny." And I actually have an answer for you, Zan.
Oh,
the next language that I will be butchering, most likely, is Filipino. Because there is an awesome Filipino community of mountain bikers here in Phoenix. And it's a huge group of riders that are out. They're out on South Mountain on National Trail all the time. I've run into them a bunch.
Yeah.
And there's all different levels. It's just like the bigger, the better. And they just got new jerseys from Ride Reactive, so they're all wearing like the same jerseys. There's JB, there's Phil, there's Jay and Ken and June, like all these guys. I there's no way I know them all. I haven't met them all, but everyone I've met is just awesome. And anytime I see them, they're showing us. If you ride with them, they're showing lines. Where it's like mountain biking community, like exactly what you want.
Yeah.
And the name of the group is, here we go. I believe it's pronounced, I actually have no idea how it's pronounced, Padyak? Does that sound right? Padyak?
I don't know.
I looked it up.
How do you spell that?
In Filipino, it has something to do with biking. So JB and Phil and Jay and all the guys I know that are listeners, they could next time you see me, you can actually make fun of me and let me know if I'm saying that properly. But I thought Zan's comment about me butchering other foreign languages was like a great opportunity for me to talk about the Padyak group and how awesome they are and how much fun Jeff and I had with them on the trail. We saw them on a national, and just a really great group of riders. And check out Ride Reactive. Ride Reactive, awesome local Arizona brand.
Yes. Well, thank you, Zan, for the kind words. And it's actually awesome because Zan is one of those guys. His group is extremely diverse. I mean, it was so great to ride with those guys. And he rides with a group called minority mountain bikers. So he's big into that. And dude, shout out to Zam, man. That group, I've never felt so immediately welcomed in a ride than with this group. I mean, it was, they open arms, awkward fist bumps.
Mountain bikers are the best.
Yes, it was amazing.
When you did awkward fist bumps, you did both sides.
It was like,
that looked really bad.
No, cut.
Yeah, you know what? I'm going to pass on Zan's group ride if that's what it's going to look like. Yeah. I'm actually not
Double
that
shake
interested. He was doing if everyone could just picture shake weights in either hand, he was doing fist bumps everywhere.
Oh man, coming to a rest stop near you. Yes.
Gotta keep it G. Yes. I remember Zan's video on the minority mountain bikers, and it looked like so much fun.
Yeah.
That I actually dropped a comment on his video asking if lankies could be considered a minority because I wanted it. Yes. No response. Minority. No response. None. Keep your white salt and pepper beard out of this group. Yeah.
Oh.
Zan's awesome.
Yeah.
All right. And then Mark, our buddy Mark, who is a mountain biker and a weightlifter and a road rider. And we were talking a lot about what he was saying as far as how he eats and how much carbs he needs for these big mega rides. And he said, hopefully I didn't come off dogmatic on my fueling approach. I 100% agree with you guys that you need to find what works and don't be afraid to experiment and find what makes you feel and perform the best, which we completely, right? That's our take as well.
Yeah.
That said, if you remember, I couldn't comment. I couldn't reply to Mark's comment. My YouTube comment was not working.
Big carb.
And I was concerned that it was big carb. Didn't want to hear my response of you don't need them. Yeah. That said, I did call big carb on Danny, and they have disabled his ability to reply to YouTube comments until he promotes slamming gels. And my response to Mark, that was very funny, Mark. My response is, Mark is the Carb Narc.
Carb Narc.
He narked on me. He's the Carb Narc. we all know them.
Yeah.
The Carb Narc.
Mm. What does dogmatic mean? All right.
Dogmatic means, I think, oh goodness gracious, you're putting me on the spot, but I believe it means that you're doing it out of tradition or just because it's always been that way. It's dogmatic. You're not really thinking about it. You were taught this way, and that's the way you're going to do it. And so like a dogmatic approach to mountain biking might be like, always be low and, keep your eyes up, whereas we want to ride more dynamic and be open to new ideas, open to receive. Dogmatic is kind of like, I have my way and I'm not changing.
Oh, wow. That's deep. Yeah. Gosh, there's so many things in life like that, right? Where it's like, you've just been doing something and you never even knew to be questioning it. It was like, well, isn't this how it's done? And it's like, a lot of things in mountain biking.
That's why we say open to receive, because you want to step out of those dogmatic, they can be conscious thoughts or unconscious thoughts. When we talk about being unlimited, we have thoughts that tell us that we're limited. We have limiting belief systems. I'll never be able to ride that feature. I'll never be able to jump. I'm not a jumper. I'm not going to be able to climb that hill. I'm not strong enough, right? And so recognizing that those are only thoughts and we're unlimited. So if we let go of those thoughts, then those limits are just gone. We can do whatever we want. We can become great at jumps. We can become great at drops. We can become great at riding double black tech or crushing trails, crushing climbs, learning whatever we want on the bike and in life. All these things apply to life as well. So when we're open to receive, we're just saying, what's here for me? In every lesson, what's here for me? A bike breaks. Okay, that could be something that happened to me, but if it happened for me, now I'm getting a chance to really commit to riding my hardtail and learn how to be a better rider. It's all perspective.
Yes. I love it.
All right.
Mm-hmm. I'm glad I asked.
Everybody, please rate and subscribe on your podcast player if you haven't yet.
Yeah.
And give us 5 stars. And please go into if you're on Apple, then give us 5 stars and please leave us a review. Because you can leave reviews and they're actually really good for the podcast and they're really fun to read. And we do have a new review from JH in SLC.
Yo,
and
JH.
Coincidentally, it is titled We Are Unlimited. I mean, you would think this is planned, but that is mountain bike synchronicities.
Yes.
You would think this was planned. Like, don't you guys have a plan? Or
no,
you would think
we have no plan. Was it
Very
not clear?
outline.
Yeah, I mean, this is not planned.
Sage, here's the plan. I'm going to need you to practice your shake weighting, and then keep making that motion over and over.
Can we rebrand the shake weight to like the fist pump training tool? Yeah. We can put that thing back on the market. Yes. The Ride and Laugh fist pump.
I think so. Fist pump training tool. Yes. I think I'm not sure how big of a seller that would be. You know, if that's up there with all the t-shirts and hats that we're going to offer.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? That
and then there's a shake weight, a Ride and Laugh branded shake weight.
That thing would sell like crazy. Oh boy.
Yeah. All right. We're bringing it back. Just like shake weight is like, we're going to tag shake weight in this, in this podcast. Like, they're gone. Like nobody talks about shake weight anymore. We're bringing it back. Shake weight's going to have be in the boardroom on Thursday, you know, after the podcast drops on Wednesday, but we're back, baby.
We're trending.
Yes,
we're trending. Single-handedly. I love it.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
boy.
I think I got our thumbnail. Shake weight's back.
Yes.
I can see the clickbait now, you know, like you need the shake weight for mountain biking. You're never going to believe why. The shake weight makes you a better mountain biker.
That's right. Yeah.
But it doesn't really. Yeah. I don't know. All right. We'll work on the clickbait. Ride and Laugh 1 at Gmail if you have any clickbait ideas for us. Or the YouTube comments. You have to keep it clean. All right. JH, NSLC, Apple Podcast Review of the Week. We Are Unlimited. Dan and Sage have me learning and laughing. Their pod covers a wide array of mountain biking topics, technique to nutrition, and manages to effortlessly balance information with humor. Like the good old days of car talk, but covering mountain biking. There's another car talk reference.
Yo, we get that a lot. Yes. And I love it.
Yeah,
I love
do.
it.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, thank you. What was it? JHC?
JH in SLC. I don't know.
Oh,
I don't know
JH
what SLC is.
in SLC. Oh, thank you very much. That was fantastic. Yes.
Yeah. JH from the SLC, bringing the heat. All right. And then we've been talking a few times recently about our listener, Ryan Butler, who was attacked by the Javelina, knocked off his bike, broke his arm, and is going through this like really long and difficult rehab. And it's worth mentioning. The joke was that I was going to hunt down this pig because I thought it was a little pig, and we're going to make bacon. We're going to get bacon out of it. Yeah. And then we found that he was a vegetarian. He doesn't want to eat the bacon. We were just going to do pickles and mustard instead. Then I found out he doesn't like pickles and mustard, but his wife does. So maybe we'll bring him some pickles and mustard. Happy wife, life.
Yeah.
And then Jeff Jackson, great listener and rider and friend, he comments, "It's not a pig. It's some other animal. It's not even a pig. So there's no bacon."
We can't win here, bro. That's 3 strikes.
You know?
I mean, at this point, we need like this is like the Ryan Butler segment. Like it's just a reoccurring segment that happens in every pod. We're just going to have to be correcting. Yes. You know what, Ryan? You got a complimentary shake weight coming to you, buddy. We apologize. It's like, I only got one arm.
You know what? We are actually the number 1 promoters of shake weight in 2025. So we have some connections and he's got one arm. You know what? That arm is going to be the strongest arm in the valley. I'll tell you that right now. That's right. We're going to shake your way to health. Absolutely. And we'll use our connections at Shake Weight to hook you up with a Ride and Laugh Shake Weight. Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Oh, my gosh. This podcast has gone all sorts of directions.
Yeah.
Yes. I want to hear about this. You went to Blue Mountain. You went to Blue Mountain Bike Park in Pennsylvania. Did you put on clips for this? Were you going to ride that on flat pedals? And then what happened?
I did go back to clips. Yes. The thing is, but
the jumps there are huge. Their jump line is humongous. So that's a
yes.
really big. Yeah, I would have done the same thing. There's no way I would have taken flats. I mean, I know you were riding flats and you were getting more comfortable on them.
Yes,
but
I debated. I really did. Yeah, I was really struggling with this. Yeah. And in the end, I thought the clips would be a little bit better because of how chunky that flow terrain is. Like, it's very shaly. And I was like, you know what? Just stick with what you're most comfortable with right now, because my goal was to get all the Empire jumps consecutively. So I've gotten each jump like individually, but I wanted to put a full run together. So that was my goal. And I decided to go with clips. Yeah, it was a very interesting day, to say the least.
What happened? Is that my cue? I'm like looking at the list of what we're going to talk about next, and then you left this like really weird. You were doing the "Are you listening?" test. It was very interesting, to say the least. Okay, all right. Well, moving on. I wanted to talk next about. You would have been like, you can see my eyes. You can tell I wasn't paying attention. How dare you? How dare you set me up? All right. So what happened? What was so interesting? Thanks for wasting 4 minutes of the pod. Why don't you tell us?
Oh, that's it. See everybody.
Why are you testing me? This is bullshit.
Oh boy. Yeah. I don't know that I would say interesting. Although I did say interesting, so it's my word.
That's exactly what you said. He's like, oh, well, don't put words in my mouth. I don't want to put words in my own mouth. Okay. All right.
Okay. Yes. Well, it started out really awesome.
By the way, the Shake Weight people are reconsidering their sponsorship, by the way.
We're out.
I don't know about these two.
Oh boy. I don't blame them. Yeah, no, you know what? Shout out to Maria, by the way. She was the one that organized it, and she invited me to join her in her group. And I brought Ethan, and I told Keeton about it. So I met Ethan and Keeton. So, I warmed up on the blue trails as I normally do, and then was like, okay, this is it. Like, I'm super pumped. I get on the Empire run and find out that the jump one after that drop is now like 3 times bigger. That's an exaggeration, but it's huge.
The Empire run at Blue Mountain Bike Park is their like mega huge jump line.
Yes.
Yeah. They have some regular jumps, and they have mega jumps, and jump one after this big drop. This would take you with tons of speed into the first jump, and then you would overshoot it.
Exactly.
So to fix that, they made the jump bigger.
That's right.
Is what you're saying.
Yeah. And so
I haven't been there in a while.
So the reason why I'm telling everybody about the warm-up lap was because I was not aware of that. And then I hit this jump, and I was like, oh my gosh, it's huge. So the second time I go down it, so the first run, cased everything, right? Pre-ride, like that whole yada, yada, yada. So the second one, I was like, dude, I'm going for this.
Successful pre-ride.
Yes. So second one, I said, I'm going for this. Didn't touch the brakes. Clear the jump. But on the landing, I hear this like massive bang. And all of a sudden, no back brake, which was like the most scary feeling in the world.
You were. So did you clear the jump?
Yeah.
Did you clear the
jump?
It?
Yeah. Oh. And then on the landing,
so you were flying.
Yes. On the back side,
you must have been going 30 miles per hour.
It was so scary. And then I was like, oh my God, I need no brake. Thank God the next jump is coming up right after that jump. So like that slowed me down,
I guess,
in combination with the front brake. But oh my gosh. Yeah, it was scary. It was really scary.
And so what happened? What was the cause of the failure?
So when I took it down to the mechanics, they said that the pin had come out, and that caused the pads to fall out. And then the pistons went into the rotor, and that's what caused that big bang. And then there's just like brake fluid everywhere, like all over the rotors and everything. And that was it, man. That was,
oh my gosh.
I know. I went down the bike that they do have a mechanics studio. I don't know, shop. Oh, shop, not a studio. That's dumb. They have a mechanics studio. They're all like, hey.
Hey, when you're done painting pictures of bikes, can someone please take a look at my brakes? Actually, I created new brakes out of clay that I'm glazing them right now. They'll be ready in about an hour. We'll get them out of the kiln. Yeah. We'll put them onto your bike. The Mechanic Studio. I love it.
Yeah. Oh,
We should open up a bike shop called the Mechanic Studio. This is art. The art of fixing bikes.
Oh my goodness. Stop it. Stop it. Well,
good.
They did their darndest and they could not get it fixed. It was a massive bummer because I went there with the goal of, and I only got 2 runs, and I was just like,
total.
It was it was a mindset. I almost said a bad word there, but it was really. Oh, and by the way,
challenge.
Yes, it was a mindset challenge. And by the way, I do want to shout out Shannon, who left the trail to come sit with me, and she talked with me and kept me company, and that was really sweet. And thank you, Shannon, because I was going down the, playing the violin for myself.
Poor me.
Yeah, poor me.
Poor me path.
Yeah. And she totally kept the vibe up. Yeah. Yes. So thank you, Shannon.
Awesome.
That was very nice.
Bikers are the best.
Yes.
Thank you, Shannon. That is cool. Well, that must have been quite a mess. I can't believe that a brand new bike with brand new brakes would have, I guess it's just a manufacturing flaw that the pin could fall out. I've never heard of that. And then it makes sense once the pin falls out, the brakes fall out, and now the pistons are just like, slamming into the disc itself. And what a mess.
Yeah.
So
dude.
I'm sure Keswick Cycle will take care of you and warranty that, and you'll be back in no time. And I'm glad you're okay.
That's the thing.
Bummer.
Yep. That's the thing.
Yes.
I left that day and I was like, you know what?
Big picture.
Tons of gratitude.
Yeah.
Yep. Tons of gratitude. That could have went south big time.
So. We just don't know what would have happened if you had kept riding that day. You know what I mean? So just trust that was the best thing for you that day. And, just trust, open to receive. This is what happened. I am not a victim. This is all happening for me. And, maybe in a few weeks or in a few months, you'll realize, oh, that's why that happened for me. And that actually all worked out. So letting go of judgment, just going with the flow, just like on the bike, we're trusting our skills.
Yep.
We're trusting our intuition. We're trusting our flow in the moment. We're going to get to that feature. We're going to deal with it when we get to it. We're not thinking about it. Future stage will be able to deal with that. Future Dan, future listener, whoever you are listening, don't worry about those features. Don't worry about those jumps. When you get to it, you're going to know what to do.
Yeah.
And same thing in life. There's trust that, okay, this happened, something here for me, and let's see how this works out for me. Because I'm the type of person that everything always works out for.
I love it, Danny. I love it.
I do too. All right. Let's move into gratitudes if we're ready. What do you think?
Well, that would be great because my gratitude actually goes back to the bike park. My gratitude goes to, I wrote this down. It's Mike and I believe Rob. Rob was the mechanic, and Mike, I don't think he was a mechanic. He was just like one of the Blue Mountain Bike Park employees. They have the blue shirt and they kind of ride the trails.
Okay.
He walked in when I was explaining to Rob what happened, and Mike gave me his old, he had the pin that would go into the thing. And he's like, you can have my pin, and I have an old set of brake pads. So just take them. And because here's the thing with the Mavens, they're so new that bike park didn't carry any pads for the Mavens, and they didn't have any extra anything. So the fact that Mike was there and he was like, just take them, no charge, just have them. And then Rob, cool. Yeah. So gratitude to Mike. And then Rob just slaving over this thing for an hour, just tried to bleed the brake to get the bike to work. And it just didn't work. And I felt terrible. Thank you, Rob, for doing everything that you could.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, that's awesome. Just like mountain bikers, just understanding the stoke.
Yes.
Understanding hey, let me do whatever I need to help you out here. It's the same thing as when you ride by someone and it looks like they have a flat tire or they're just not moving. Do you need anything? Can I help you? What mountain bikers are the best. I mean, that's part of what's so great about this community is just people that just kind of get it and understand. Did they charge you for all that labor, even though they weren't able to help you?
They did not. But I have a feeling Key paid for it because right when we were talking about maybe we should just give up. Key's like, let me go talk to the mechanics. He comes back and he's like, yeah, they're not going to be able to do it. And so I went back to Rob and I was like, all right, well, let me grab my bike. And I was like, what's the charge? And he said, no charge. And I was like, in my head, I was like, you were working on this for well over an hour and there's no charge. So I think Key paid for it. And if you did, Key, then you're included in my gratitude. Thank you very much. That was very kind of you.
Yeah. I'm not going to pay you back, but you're included in the gratitude of the week.
Hey, you're gonna offer there's a shake weight coming your way.
You're going to get a regular fist bump and the casual fist bump. And play your cards right, you might get a shake weight as well. I thought you were going to say, and if you did pay for it, I would pay you back. But you're like, if you did pay for it, thank you. Well, either way, there's definitely extra gratitude there. Either Keeton paid for your mechanic time, or the mechanic, would you say his name was Rob?
Rob, yeah.
Yeah, or Rob just like wasn't able to fix your bike and just like slaved over that thing with his time and expertise and didn't charge you. So like either way, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And
good folks.
Mountain bikers are the best.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Really cool. Well, my mountain bike gratitude of the week goes along with my ride at South Mountain on my hardtail. So I decided that I'm going to ride National Trail on the hardtail with Jeff, and I have certain features in mind that I was like, maybe I want to hit these features. I had been there once before on the hardtail, and I'd ridden some stuff. I hadn't ridden other stuff. So we get to the saddle, to the turnaround point where we're going to ride downhill. And there's a guy waiting, just like chilling, like recovering in the shade. And he's got a hardtail. And I was like, oh, and it's a single speed hardtail. So I start talking to him. His name's Matt. He's on this Vasigo single speed hardtail.
Yeah.
He rides that bike there all the time. And he's about to go the same direction as us. And I was just like, man, this is like the universe. Like the day I'm riding my hardtail, the universe, and I'm a little nervous about it. The universe gives me a hardtail rider who's like experienced at South Mountain to follow. And it gave me so much more confidence to follow him. And his bike does not have as much suspension, and I don't think it was quite as aggressive. So it's not even as capable.
Yeah.
But it was a nice bike. It was pretty cool. And he's on single speeds on flat pedals. But it just gave me so much confidence to follow him. He was absolutely slaying this trail. He was flowing over things. And we talked about that when we get to the waterfall, there's several different ways down it. What I would call the A line is going all the way to the left, is going straight down that really rocky portion. And then there's two ways that you can kind of wind around, and they're ledgy. I've never done them before. I've never done the alt lines. And Matt said he likes to do the alt lines because the other way is just so bumpy on the hardtail. So I just followed him into it. I'd never done it before. I thought the alt line actually felt harder than, we went into it a little bit awkward. But you come up into you hit like a ledge and then a gully and then another really steep ledge that you have to like turn down into. If you listen to the audio on that thing, I'm like, that's easier afterwards, but we did it.
Yeah.
And it was cool. And I'm gaining confidence. Every hard feature that I tackle, I'm gaining confidence. And so I really appreciated following Matt, and then we met the Padyak guys later on, and heading down, and it was a great day. But it was just so cool. Thank you, Matt, for letting me follow you, and it was just so cool to meet a hardtail mountain biker the day that I had my hardtail there. It was exactly what I needed.
Yeah. Dude, I'm first of all, awesome, Matt, because I've been trying to talk Dan into bringing his single speed and getting a lot of pushback. That's all right. I'm more impressed that this dude's on flats.
Why am I getting shade? Why am I getting shade in this story?
Yo,
we're pro Matt. No shade to Danny.
All right. But can we acknowledge that flats on a single speed?
Yes,
that's unheard of.
Crushing it.
Crushing it. Goodness. Yeah. Yes. Oh.
He said he tried clips for like a year, just didn't work for him. So
really,
just hammering on the flats. Yeah. And it's gnarly there.
Did you ask him what the gearing was?
Of course I did. That single speed 101. That's the first question. Any single speeder worth their salt is going to ask what the gearing is. Like if I didn't ask what the gearing was, he would assume that I didn't have a single speed. I mean, what kind of mountain biker would I be? Yeah. So 3219.
Oh, love it. Yeah. Perfect. Wow. That's a hard gear to climb on that. Yeah. I love it. Yeah.
I would almost go 3220, but you want to be able to go fast on those trails too.
Right.
So, singles, you get one gear.
Yeah.
So, do you want to spin or do you want to push?
Yeah.
Choose wisely. Yes. Decide. Absolutely.
Wow. So, oh my goodness, man. Did you take a picture of his bike? I'd love to see what this thing looks like.
He's in front of me on the follow cam.
Yes.
But we didn't get off the bike. We just flowed through. So we didn't get off the bike and take any video.
Yeah.
That would have been Jeff Windsor's job, which he totally dropped the ball on. He's like,
yeah.
what? I'm not even paid for this.
Yeah.
I don't even work for you guys.
Shake weight out. Taking it back.
Yeah. You're fired.
You're fired.
That's what makes, I don't even work here. That's what makes it so awkward. Seinfeld reference. All right.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it was cool. It was a Vasigo. I don't know if it was steel or titanium. We'll maybe have to get some details, but
yeah, pretty baller.
Pretty badass, pretty baller bike. And I mean, but it would be fun. Our single speeds are such old geo that, and I know you slayed it. I know you slay on that thing, but I'm just not comfortable. I would need to ride it a lot more. I would need to ride it a lot more. You've always been way more comfortable on that than me. In fact, I had some pretty bad crashes when we were single speeding at Mount Penn. I think I had some pretty bad crashes that got in my head.
No, on a single speed,
it took me a while to get over them. Yeah, I think so. When we were single speeding.
Well, you're not that person. It's that simple.
That's true.
Yeah, you're not that person.
That's true.
Yep, it's that simple.
One of the things that I read recently was that a memory is really just a thought, and it's so it becomes kind of a condition. And if we have a memory that we don't like, could we just go back and change it? Like, why keep it as a memory that we don't like? Why not go back and change it? If you have a memory that your father was yelling at you, and I have this memory of my dad being very young, of my dad yelling at me, and I just changed it to, instead of yelling at me, I just changed it to where he gave me a hug instead. I just started to just change that memory, and I felt much better about it. And so if we apply that to mountain biking, we have a crash and something's in our head, and every time we think about that feature or that jump or that type of feature or that type of jump, we think about that crash, and it gives us that anxiety. What if we just go back and we just sit with that energy, and instead of picturing that crash, we just start picturing ourselves completing that feature, that crash never happened?
That's really interesting. It's a very interesting way to look at it. I don't know that I would do that. I tend to go the grace route, and I'm not saying one is better than the other. this is what I do. If I have a memory that doesn't please me, I acknowledge it by grace, because to me, all of the experience is to be human. That is to be human. We are flawed naturally. And so things are going to happen, not necessarily bad or good, but things are happening. And so if I just give myself grace, and then moving forward, I don't have to be that person. That memory or that thing doesn't define who I am going forward. And so it's grace. It's grace everywhere. And that allows me to move forward.
I love that. What does that look like? What is the process of that? So you crash on the trail and you have anxiety about that spot on the trail. How are you giving yourself grace? What does that look like? What does that, walk us through that process?
Well, let's get specific. Going back to Blue Mountain, this is hey, full circle, right? It's that's where I broke my back, my ribs, and my both my wrists, but all in one go. It was a horrific accident. And this trauma lived in my brain. It prevented me from jumping. I didn't ever erase that memory. It's still there, but I gave myself grace for getting held up in that moment. For 4 years, I told myself I couldn't jump, and I didn't want to jump, and it was finally, I just said, you know what? I don't want to be that person. I don't want to let that moment define the rest of my mountain bike career, because that's exactly what was happening. And I just let myself, okay, it happened. We're good. We can learn from this, and let's move forward. And for me, moving forward just meant getting after it. It meant getting after it and being open to receive. And I ran into Shelly's son, Chris, who got me over jump 3 at Mount Penn. We got e-bikes from Keswick. We demoed them. That helped me get over the jumps. Once I just opened myself to receive, then all of these opportunities that I might have been turning away before, or maybe I was blind to it because I didn't want to see it. Now I'm opening and I'm seeing it, Oh, hey, Chris. Oh, let me help you over that jump. Hey, oh, Sage, I just got demo e-bikes. Okay, let's do it, right? And so all these things started happening. And man, that was the key for me, was just opening up and having grace.
So looking at that moment, looking at that crash and letting go of the anxiety and just saying, hey, it's just looking at that with just love to that version of you.
Exactly.
Okay, that happened. It's okay. I'm not going to let it define me. It's okay.
Yeah.
There's no reason to be upset about it anymore. And sometimes even just saying that word, grace, trust, it's okay. And just giving forgiveness to that. And then all the versions of yourself that also were giving you a hard time.
That's right.
But here we are right now in this present moment. You're safe, you're good, you're ready, and you're unlimited. And we can let go of all that history and just move forward. And that's really that's the gold. I mean, and we're here for a human experience. I agree. Whatever little hacks you use, we're here to have this human experience, and that's ups and downs. We don't know how good the ups are if we don't have the downs. Not that we want them, but they're there for us also. Because then we realize how good we have it when we're like, oh, wow, now I can jump, and now I can ride this skinny, and now I can ride tech, and same thing in life. It's that's just awesome. So that's very beautifully put. That's really cool. RideLaugh1@gmail.com if you have any questions, and YouTube comments on anything that we've talked about today. And there's been quite a bit. So it's really been an interesting show, but really fun. Yeah. What's our mountain bike tip of the week?
Going back to Blue Mountain. Holy moly. It's like circle after circle after circle. My mountain bike tip is for anyone that has not been to a bike park, or you have been to a bike park and the bike park offers you a card. So in order to get lift access at Blue Mountain and Mountain Creek, it's almost like a credit card. And so instead of putting the card in your pocket, because now you're like lifting your pants to get to the release.
So the card is your lift access. And so now the way that to get to the top of the mountain,
you scan it.
You have to get on the lift, and there's like a little scanner. And so you're essentially, if it's in your pocket, you're trying to line your pocket up with the scanner every time you walk through while holding a bike. Really, it can be a little bit awkward, and you can't lose the card. It has to stay in a really well zippered, secure place, or you've lost your pass for the day.
Yes. Well, here's the mountain bike tip, and then I'll tell you what happened. The mountain bike tip is put the card in your glove. And this, obviously, if you don't wear gloves, that doesn't work. But for me, I put the card in the glove. Yeah. And I'll just leave it in the glove, and then you just put your hand up to the thing. It is uncomfortable at first.
It doesn't bother you.
It's uncomfortable at first, but eventually you don't even notice it. You get totally used to it. So, yes, here's where I screwed up, and this is really embarrassing. I put the card in. So, second tip part B, put it in your left hand, in your non-dominant hand. So for me, that would be my left hand. I mistakenly put it in my right hand, and I was on the lift going up, and I'm like, oh, I need to get something out of my pocket. I took my glove off, forgot the card was in there.
Oh no.
Yes. I'm on the lift, and I'm like, So thankfully it was in a grassy knoll, and I was able to find my card, and lo and behold, as you know, because I'm right underneath the lifts, there's Shannon. She took a picture of me looking for my card.
Oh, is that what that picture was?
Yes, that's what
I saw that picture on someone's Strava. I saw that picture of you without a bike in the middle of the grass, and I was like, "What is happening there?"
Oh, this numbnut.
I thought maybe that was when your bike exploded. And yeah, oh, that's so funny.
I know. I was the guy. I was the guy that dropped something off the lift. So dumb.
I don't know if that's a good tip or not, because now you have the chance of taking off the wrong glove and losing the card.
That's why I said non-dominant hand.
Okay. All right. I'm still putting it in my pocket.
Ride and Laugh at Gmail, or leave a comment. Where do you store your cards?
Ride and Laugh 1. Ride and Laugh at Gmail is a different podcast. We went over this on episode 2. Ride and Laugh 1 at Gmail.
That's right.
Screw Ride and Laugh at Gmail. I have no idea who took that. Who took that?
Who knows? You're not getting a shake weight from me.
Yeah. I'm going to talk to the shake weight people. They could probably look into it. They probably have a whole team.
The whole team.
People with really strong forearms. Let me tell you, you don't want to mess with the shake weight people.
Yes. Popeye. I love it. Well, let us know. Let us know where you keep your cards, because most people I see are doing the shorts, and then they got to lift their whole leg up to get to the scanner, and it's cumbersome.
All right. Really fun. Great tip, I guess. Yes. Maybe. Let us know. Ride and Laugh 1 at Gmail with anything, including what you think about the tip, and YouTube comments. We love your comments. We love talking about them on the podcast. We try to respond to everything. And we appreciate all of our listeners. Please, if you're still listening, you are definitely one of us. Please rate and subscribe. Give us 5 stars. Give us a thumbs up. Watch on YouTube to the end. Comments help the algorithm. Tell your friends. We are accepting super thanks if anybody's feeling generous. And we got lots of plans. We love doing the podcast, so there's just lots more exciting stuff happening. Thank you for listening. Everyone have a great week and a great week of riding. Ride Laugh.
I'll see everybody.